This is where we fight!
The battle is on. Mars versus Venus. Mars versus Venus with Nikki, Jaiga, and Rode.
She looking for bacchanal.
Yeah, I go in here.
You real excited, boy.
Yeah.
Long time you got a bacchanal.
No, I've missed our Mars versus Venus conversations. Good morning, wherever you are in audio world. If you're checking us later on the YouTube channel, if you're listening to us, where have you been? We've missed you. It's time for Mars versus Venus, of course. If it's the first time you're joining us, this is where we bring couples closer together, or we drive them further apart. Thank you. It's the award-winning breakfast party.
Oh, yeah.
We welcome our beautiful gladiators, the women of our society, the women, the nurturers, the backbone of our society. We welcome all our beautiful ladies. We also say good morning to the Spartans, the men, the males, the ones who support us and let us do our thing sometimes. We welcome the Spartans. Mars versus Venus, of course, our first show back in a while.
First show back in this new season. The structure is definitely, we're going to change the structure. We'll let you know. Well, you're going to see as we move forward, but we had to come today.
I keep you updated, you know.
Keep you guys updated to be part of it. This is Mars versus Venus. Topic today. Nicole.
Topic today.
You're a good girl, but you're Halil. You're a good girl, but you're Halil.
Maybe that should be the topic.
No, that's not the topic. That's not the topic.
All right, guys. So I saw this online. I thought it was interesting, you know. What do we do to scare partners away?
Potential partners.
Potential partners.
What do we do to scare potential
know?
partners away?
Intentionally scare them away? Or?
No, you might not realize you're doing
You
it.
might know you're doing it.
You know? So a man might be saying, okay, feeling like this you want, you know, I want the boy. And then you do a piece of crap. And the man say, that is not the one. So that's what we're talking today, guys. Things we do, and maybe consciously or unconsciously, to drive a potential partner away.
I know one of those drive men real far away from you.
What?
So when you say I love you too fast?
Yeah. I love you. You see, woman, we emotional, you know. We
see when I say I love you too fast?
It just gonna come out, boy. We didn't plan it, you know.
Yeah, but how does one
one little boat rider see you, know, you went for little doubles, all of a sudden you love me? Nah, man.
I really think that I think I love you. I love where this is heading.
What?
I love where this is
That's
going.
scary.
I think I'm in love with you.
That's scary.
So love is definitely a word that runs you all too.
Yeah, I didn't even know your surname, Joe.
Middle name. Far less. Love is definitely a red flag. If somebody tells you a red flag too is like a car service too soon. It's a red flag. Possibly you can fix things, make a service.
Yeah.
It's like girl, I never just sit down in anything.
Wow.
All the time we meeting up each other. I never really sit down in anything, Nikki. Oh, I never even sit down in it. You tell him about
scary.
You know radiator, man? How I supposed to know radiator, man? So you all these time you driving car, you never know what radiator.
Nobody.
All of a sudden, you know
because
nobody.
Because end up with you having to carry the vehicle.
That is the setup there. For me, that is one of the things to duck out from.
When I guess for me, I guess everybody different, but it's kind of different. When a man kind of want to sweat you too early, boy.
You mean sweat you?
He want to do everything for you and get on like, you know, his
like
actual husband before. When, you know. And some women find it cute.
No, but I don't understand too. That's men just trying to not lose out on something great, especially if the woman is a phenomenal woman.
Exactly. I'm
He's doing his best to make sure.
I'm here in service of you, know.
And just in service of you, love and light.
Love and light.
Whatever needs you have, I will definitely try to fulfill.
Love and light,
You know?
Nicole. I'm here in service of you. You see all they confused?
Looking for
All they
nothing
walk good
return,
man, and then when a man trying to do what he's supposed to do.
No,
too
no.
much,
It's,
boy. Oh,
it's,
God.
morning. It's too, when you know you kind of, you see, because it's get to the point where you don't want him to do every single thing because
Yeah.
they come and take over and you can't breathe.
Especially if you're accustomed being
Can I
an
breathe?
independent woman.
Exactly.
And you just do your own thing.
So you can't just come in and want to just take over a woman's life and just be like, you know.
It has some women who can't function like that.
Like what?
Who can't function like they're so accustomed dealing with everything for themselves. Like when they finally meet somebody, he could be a good one. He just don't get the opportunity because she just don't want him do nothing at all.
No, I didn't say nothing. I said there's, you know, you have to take
service
it
you're calling
easy.
me for, is only service you call me for. I could
No,
do other things. I could change that.
But that man is going to sweat you too early, boy, and that is make woman run real man.
I think clinginess for me gonna make me run away.
The clinginess.
See
because
clinginess?
If
See that clinginess with women?
boy, we can't take that, boy. I need to breathe. Can I breathe?
No, that's traumas from the past too. You have to understand.
that's trauma.
Depending on the type of relationship you was in before, right? If you're in a relationship and you felt as though you could have done more or you didn't do enough, so in the new relationship you want to overcompensate for the things you didn't do, that could bring on that too. You have to understand. In all fairness to an individual, that could bring that on because your last partner is saying, oh, you want this, you wasn't interested, you weren't vulnerable enough. So in the new relationship, you want to do everything right. So it could come off as a little clingish or a little overbearing.
Clinginess I'm talking about is like the second date or something, and my phone ring, and when I come on my phone, you asking me who is that?
Oh God, but yeah, that could scare you.
That real scary.
That off.
And then from a woman's point of view, is it's true. It's like, who's that?
I was talking to my
Where
mother.
you know him from?
That didn't sound like your mother.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
that's nobody cannot do that with you,
Wanna
man.
see your phone?
Nah.
Wait,
The second date.
Boy.
You telling me you go on a date with somebody.
I
The
have
second date.
experienced this already.
Your phone ring while on the date. You
Yeah.
have a brief conversation lasted about minute 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And she's like, who are you talking
Yeah,
to?
who you talking to?
That you can't do
And then
that.
let her know it's your mother I was talking to.
Let me
her
see your
know.
phone.
Yeah.
That is madness. That is
telling you,
madness.
but
That
to
is
have that
madness.
out there?
Nah, no girl ain't doing that. None. No.
I experienced this already, yeah.
no, but you're not
Alright.
even going to get into a relationship with that
That is
kind
a
of
red
behavior.
flag one time,
What,
eh?
first 2 weeks?
Red flag.
Hey,
That is the
thing.
clinginess I'm talking about.
That is
Yeah, boy,
madness.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is madness.
And I think women, especially sometimes when they get eating and they get a very clingy then. And I think we women have to be able to, because some men is be real straight with us, and you know the man is looking for no relationship, or maybe he at that point in his life where he don't want it that serious, but he like you, and you're giving him a vibe. Yeah, I cool with that too, as women. And then the minute he get a job, bam. You're running down the phone. Where you?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
you ain't check me? Why you ain't calling me? And those kind of things could run a man. That kind of level of thing.
Equilibrium get shift with our,
Yeah,
with
you
our
know?
jam.
And that's the problem. We women don't know how to detach ourselves from
Love and light.
love and life. Morning. We
Love
have to, you
and
know,
light.
if you want to give up the thing and pretend like, you know, everything cool, but then after you're getting very needy and you're crying and why you not calling?
Nah, man.
Yes, women do that.
Hey,
Because
why
I have,
Granny say don't give it up so
yes,
easy?
I have.
Told you women, the
I
promise,
have
the promise of
say-
it is greater than
I
it
have
Granny tell
itself.
you that.
I lead you to the promised land and then next week we can't see you. No.
So how about Nicole? Okay, cool. I was led to the promised land last week, but this week I just happen to be busy because things happen. Life happens.
Life happens. Yes,
Life happens. It's not.
Yes.
I'm not purposely avoiding you. It's just that things happen.
But no, it's just that women, we are emotional creatures, and sometimes out of emotion, we might do something that would run a man. Let's hear Kitty. Kitty? What?
Right now, that's too far back. That's too far back. Too far
That
back.
one. The clinginess and hotting up my place too early.
Oh, God.
Can't take it, neighbors say.
But you encourage
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you know, you're saying you're moving, next thing you know, it have a slip under my bed.
One little sleepover, and
Yeah.
one time you say, "Oh, I'm sleepover."
And a little t-shirt, next thing you know, he always moving with it. All your man, like all the others always move with that toothbrush.
Aboriginals, you know.
Just look for places.
Some
Stay there,
women can
opportunity to stay there.
differentiate the difference between love and a jam. You see, when you get them the bodoy,
Bodoy.
they go crazy.
Go home, go home.
Oh, the bodoy,
What's
the
that?
bodoy,
Go home,
yeah.
go home, go home.
I
Go home, go
confused.
home.
I confused.
All the time she got in, she started malfunction after the thing. Yes.
Yes, and sometimes they just send woman mad. They just say, we just be cool. Like, yeah,
But, and let me be the devil's advocate today.
We just
Man
friends.
is get
What
chopper
they
too, and Nikki. All
Of
they saying
course.
is,
Of
I
course.
think the ratio because of how society is, we believe that it's always a man is say woman crazy, and but it's a man is
Nah,
get
it's a man
chopper
so
for
too,
girl
man,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man is
For
be
sure.
chopper
Yes.
bad
Very
for
bad,
girl.
very
Yes.
Remember some weeks, some years ago.
All the time.
Remember some years ago we talk about how chopped man is before my hand.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
man Nicole, the good
real
enough.
chopped,
Your
real
brethren
chopped.
cool, and as soon as he meet how she name everything change, you know.
Huh.
That's our next thing
All
too.
the time your car driving straight as the man bend up your chassis. You just you know what to do with yourself, you know.
Man, Ben, I'm just chassis.
Our next thing too,
Yeah,
our next red flag
You
is
say it's a Ben chassis.
when you now meet somebody and everything has to align to what she does. Like Friday
God.
evening,
Oh,
you just
gosh.
go by Frankie.
Right.
You just suck two with your brethren and them.
Why you watching me straight to marry when you saying that?
Every Friday,
It's been
you
a
just
while.
go by
It's
Frankie.
been a while.
It's been a while.
You just,
I'm not a regular
you just,
Frankie's.
you just hug a bottle, neck,
Yeah.
take two sips. Then
Yeah, that your
all of a
time.
sudden, this new lady that you're seeing in your life on Fridays now, that is inappropriate
Yeah.
to go by Frankie.
Yeah, we should
Those
want
kind
you
of
go
things could
somewhere else.
kind of
huh?
You
scare you
understand?
from somebody.
She's saying,
Because
could
there
you
are some people don't give up, will not give up their Fridays for,
could you
for no woman or
the
man.
tone is hey babe, could you just miss this Friday? I would like us to do this. And the dish you like it to do you very uncomfortable with. That's a red flag.
Nikki, I agree with what you're saying about people acting needy, especially right after they have sexual intercourse with the person. All of a sudden, they're just like clingy. I don't want to get out. But it's not just women. Men are clingy too. These days, I find men are very, very
Have to be double
emotional
emphasis,
and
huh?
extremely
but it's
clingy.
so-
I don't know what's going on in the world.
COVID.
I'm so happy I'm off the
COVID.
market, but these stories I'm hearing from my girlfriends.
Well, I'm
COVID.
glad
My
for you,
God.
Gil. She
I'm
walk
happy
him
for
out.
you,
I'm
honey.
calling them every minute. What are you doing? You home yet? Oh my
what-
God!
what-
Like, give people room to breathe.
What all a woman want, boy?
Now, but it's
We
COVID.
want to breed.
I honestly believe it's
COVID.
COVID.
We're in a pandemic.
Since
Can I
you want to
breed?
breed?
Since
What
COVID,
kind of breed you want to breed?
now since COVID, men have become very, 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 very emotional.
In touch with the emotions.
Since COVID,
What
I
is
don't know
wrong
if
with
I
a
don't know.
man being in touch with his
There's
emotions?
no problem, but
Huh?
some men don't know how to handle emotions.
You're
So-
supposed to be able to manage it, yes. I
Exactly.
agree.
So even though they're in the emotions, they don't know how to deal with it. So those are the ones who will trip off and be in a police station, right? But at the end of the day, many men don't know how to deal with their feelings of rejection.
I agree.
From,
I agree.
Yeah, but some men, I agree with Marlene. There are men real sweating.
I wouldn't get violent, but call on you do it.
So how much is too long? Like I'm asking now.
Too long
Listen,
what?
like how Rudy said, look how long I call it.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
how you in the new world that we're in.
How will a man doesn't know when a woman not on earlier?
No, how-
Well, you're still calling. At some point, you must tell yourself.
Persistence is key.
Yeah, but
Oh wow.
persistence is to try throughout this precious time. Joy is your way to life. I don't understand. 1 minute you want the persistence. You want
put in the
a
effort,
man
yeah.
to pursue.
Yeah.
You want a man to do all the
What
right
you
things.
want,
You understand?
boy.
Ask the right questions.
There's
No,
a line. There's
then
a line.
it come to
There's a line. There's a line.
It's just like notebook. What do you
There
want?
is a line, right?
What do you want?
When, especially now when you're now starting a relationship, you're now getting to know each other. Of course, you want to do things and you want your man to do things for you. But then it kind of gets to the point, sometimes, not everybody, of course, where can I breathe? And we're going back to it. We just need a little breathing space. And some men don't know how to give. And of course, this reflects their insecurity. But some men just don't know how to let a woman breathe.
Yeah, I agree.
It have man that has carried a woman by the parlor and be in the car waiting for she, you know. He can't even walk to the parlor to get a thing of rice.
That's
you know.
just me being
And those are the kind of signs you have to
you know
pick
the
up.
time
And
we
those are
living in
the,
right now.
I ain't going to
those are
no
the-
parlor again. I
You know the
don't
time we living in. I don't want no harm to you, baby.
I do where you get kidnapped out there.
I
Look
don't
at
want
women
to
going
you have a
missing.
vehicle, I go drop you.
And
Where
I
you
wait
gonna pick
outside.
up? Huh?
As a matter of fact, you still mal go and get.
Yeah. Lock the bedroom door.
Lock the door.
Madam said, please, some men is be sweating your hand living with woman. Asking for a friend. You hate clinging, but you're a worrying person, and because of your job, so you deal with that. The same kind of thing. You don't want, times have changed. You need to be clinging in the sense that where you go in.
Yeah. Just
Times
to be
have
on the safe
changed,
side.
right? So I guess we women have to not see it as so much as clingy, but
Protection.
I'm trying to,
And concern.
concern about your whereabouts and just let me know where you are.
yeah, but
So
still,
God
even with
forbid
that,
anything
there's a
happen.
line some people
there is a
cross
line
with
of-
the clinginess.
I agree.
You feel just so they come up with you, the show, just so, it have real people like that, huh? I just see it. I get a flashback of you there. As Stacey says, men always asking who I just be liming with, who I go in cinema with, and I actually go be by myself. Yeah. I saw a
Is your
video
man or
yesterday
just your male friends?
where, you saw the video, she in bed
Which
with
one?
a man and she on the phone talking
Yeah, I
to her
see
next
that.
man.
That real sad, buddy.
Yeah.
Real
And
sad.
he is saying, oh, she flirting with the man, and he is saying, excuse
Yeah,
me.
you really want to do that in front of me, girl?
And she's like, you
And
done in my
she's
bed already,
like,
behave
in my bed
yourself.
already,
Behave
hello?
yourself. You make it in my
You
bed, so
can't be
behave
in- you
yourself.
can't be in your
In-
feelings and
In my
bed.
bed at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah.
Choose a struggle.
You
That's
can't
so
be
disrespectful,
in my
though.
feelings and in my bed at the
Same time. That is
But
disrespectful.
when you see that
Pick up
roles
my
have
thing and then
changed,
like-
men have treated women like that for years.
Not in the face.
God.
Not in the face.
Here we go again.
Not in the
Here we
face,
go again
Nicole.
with the
Nah,
With the
Nicole.
victim game.
But
Here we
it's
go
true,
again.
it's true,
Let
it's
me
true.
go
Men
down this
have been
way.
doing that
Oh,
for
I
years.
don't agree to
Nicole,
that. I do not
Nicole.
agree.
How many times have men lured
I
women
do
into bed,
not
making them
agree
feel
to
that
that,
they're the one and
Nicole.
only?
Nicole.
And then soon as then when women get in their feelings, they,
Women been doing it. It's just
Nicole,
women
on
just do it
behalf-
better than men.
On behalf of my great
We all know
grandfather,
Lord,
you
you always
understand
have
the
to bring
men,
your great
the men who have
grandfather
done, the men who have done wrong in the past. You see, that's the thing. The problem is the men of the. We are not. I am agreeing
donkey ears, they
that
say.
our
Donkey
our
ears.
ancestors have done women wrong,
Well, right.
and
then
we are the
that's-
change, Nicole.
We are the change.
We are the
Wait,
face,
you are the change?
the face of change.
You are the face of
The
change.
face of
Wow.
change. You
Jaiga's
understand?
leading the young man into change.
I am the face of change. At some point in time, the cycle has to change, and we are here.
we have to break
Myself,
it.
Rodella, breaking that cycle. We are the men, the real men.
Man, I need to get
Love
this on
and
tape.
light.
You breaking a cycle?
Love and light. We're breaking the cycle, Nicole.
Yeah. So you admit there was a cycle.
There was a cycle. I've said before, our forefathers really dropped the ball.
I saw
They
you,
really
yeah.
dropped the ball. They were very dishonest, disingenuous in their feelings towards
say it right
our
there.
grandmothers, our great grandmothers,
Yes,
our
and I
aunts.
am
We
glad
know
That
that.
she outside, man.
You understand?
I am glad that you all have.
They were very disingenuous. But now, it has shifted. You're seeing men, look, the caller just said it, men are very emotional now. We are very vulnerable. We are
And they
in
don't
touch
want
with
that
our
either.
feelings. We are now trying to do better.
Yeah, but they
and
don't
all
want
we're
that
saying is
either.
that
Let's say we don't want that.
We-
I think
we are
every
trying to do
woman,
better.
There's not a woman listening right now that could say they've not dealt with a man who don't open up about his feelings, who just dey like a big stone in the living room. You come to talk to him, thing bothering you, and he's sitting down there watching you. No communication. Not many couples and relationships go through that,
Yeah.
right? We want all your men to open up and
You
be
know,
in your
and
feelings.
you know why some men don't open up?
the man open up on the bed
You know
and
why
ask the
some men
woman,
don't
and look
open
what she
up?
tell him.
Because guess what? Every time I open up, your feelings is always trump mine. Is for some weird reason it's come back to you. It's come back to be about your feelings. So guys like certain men that just don't bother to say nothing because it go turn into an argument. I'm talking to something. I'm talking about something concerning me and how I feel, and you make it about you. Well, best hush my mouth and don't say nothing. But that's what it is for real.
If you talk to somebody, I have a couple numbers I can share with you.
No, I actually seen somebody right now.
Very good.
I
I'm
know,
happy.
I know. But it came from the heart.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
but
this
that's
is
exactly
what
what
it
That's
is.
because you new to the game.
We
When you're
talking
new,
real here.
Yeah, when you're new to the-
They don't know fake thing.
the
We
therapy
talking the
game.
real thing.
when you're new to the therapy game,
This
I
is
might went
real
to that
thing.
couple years ago, right in this room, yeah.
But a lot of us come to relationships with
Of course.
baggage. We talk about it all the time. We always want to point fingers at the other person, but not realizing that we have some crap to unpack too. Right? So we always have to be working on ourselves
Correct,
if
that's
you
right.
want to improve in your
Yeah,
relationships.
self is
Self is
on
so
the forefront.
important.
You have
and
to work
many
with
people
self.
feel, hey, it's not me.
Correct. It's you. It has to be you.
It's not me. It's you with all your problems. But this is where the communication comes in. This
Now,
is
you have
where
to work on self.
you
Working
have
on
to-
self is
you
very
have to work on
important.
self, and
If it's
sometimes that's the
important,
hardest
again,
thing in life, you know.
Working
To
on
just
self.
admit that you have things to work on.
People feel admittance to things is like if you have an addiction. It's common practice. Hi, the first stage is hi, my name is John. I'm an alcoholic. It's the same with emotional baggage.
They say Peter Pan for Paul.
You have to say hi, I am Jaiga, and I have traumas. I have things that I have to deal with respect to how I process and how I treat and how
Many of
you
us
have to
grew
do it,
up
bro.
True.
seeing the father phoning the mother.
Tell you I don't like
See
that
it,
derogatory
but
thing.
that's-
That's one of the
Yeah.
biggest
No,
problems
but
there. We
they
need
again-
to stop speaking on it like that. Everything is horn and horn and horn. Oh gosh, it's so crass. Horn and horn.
On the other hand, many of us grew up with seeing our mothers with 3-4 boyfriends every week.
Your
is a
mother-
different-
3-4
not
boyfriends?
my mother,
Oh,
just
okay,
in
okay.
general.
In general, okay. I don't know
Natty,
what.
not you.
I
Don't put Natty
I don't
there.
know Natty at 3-4 man. Just so you just get Natty all that man.
And that is the kind of cycle we talk about having to break, because many of us, especially the women, grew up seeing their mother not treated good. So almost feeling that is accepted. It's almost feeling that every so often.
No,
a
it's not
man's
that
supposed
is
to hit
accepted,
you.
you know.
It's
You know what it is,
cultural
Nikki?
where they live and
True.
they grew up with that.
Agreed, but you know what it is? It's not saying that is accepted. What people do, how you process is if you see your mom get 5 slap, if you get 1, you did better. Because we diminish
bad.
everything is not so bad.
Yeah.
So it's like mediocrity now is so common. It's like, nah, but me as bad as that. Not understanding is neither of them good.
Never.
Neither of them is good, and that is what we need to focus on. People tell themselves, well, nah, man, my mother had it worse.
Yeah.
But your mother didn't have it good, you don't have it good either.
Yeah.
And that's the conversation we have to have. But a lot of people just fall into the trap of, but I'm so bad. You understand? He don't do me as bad as he did my mother or my sister
like
or
my
my
husband
aunt.
only on me once, but daddy, he
He real on my mother. Yeah, that's what it is. My man only on me once. You only have 1 child outside. But my aunt, my uncle have 5 children outside for my. Then they feel like you accomplished something in life because and the same with men. The same thing goes on with men. Men operate in a way where I'm not as bad as my father. My father was worse than me.
But then again, everybody had trauma.
Everybody
had trauma that affects them in the adulthood. And when you get into a relationship and them kind of thing going on, you get horn once. Sometimes people feel it's just better to just leave it and walk away, and that is going to better them now, boy. As a person.
Well, I think
but
it just depends on the relationship. If
It
you
does.
know, if you could withstand a horn or not.
There's some people who can.
Yeah.
There's
I
some
know,
people
I don't
who
have
build
the
for
DNA. I don't
you
have
and me, I'm
that-
good,
I don't
and you
the
have to
horn
respect that. At the
gene,
end of the
no.
day, once you get into something, you have to know everything is laid out on the table. You know, listen, this is what everybody have their breaking points, and everybody have their do's and their don'ts. It's like you do this and not going and not accepting
right,
it. and
so 10 horn is her breaking point. So
10
who's you to
horn?
judge that?
Wow. Woman, I can't date you. You're my best friend. Also, woman, I want to marry my best friend. Confused much.
Wow.
Facts. Facts.
Let's hear
True.
Lily.
Morning, guys. Here, what does real turn me off? People has create versions of you in their mind, and then come along and think that the version of you that exists in their mind, and I feel you all may have experienced that in your lives as well.
Correct.
That is the version
You
you
should be.
are and they should have.
Correct.
Like, okay, yeah, I am a strong, independent woman. But the person I'm with, I had to be able to get naked with that person first, and that person had to get naked with me before we could get naked. And I mean the first naked as an emotional sense, and the second naked as a physical sense. What's the point in you and I jamming all the time, and when I have a bad day, I can't pick up the phone and call you? Or if you having a tough day at work, you can pick up the
Correct.
phone and call me and say X, Y, and Z, and just share your feelings. You see that? Nah,
Nah, biggest
keep that away from me.
For real.
Can you love me naked?
No, and I'm
Guess what? They want you to open up, but not when it's about them. Open up, but don't come for them. Open up about how your mother stressing you, your father, your best friend. Talk all that other business, but what actually happened between the both of you.
that is an issue too. Like having a conversation with somebody about them is real hard. Like to come and say, listen,
Yeah. It
I'm
is.
really not pleased
Yeah.
with this version of you. Or
Because
this
we
way
get
you
very defensive.
They
when
get
you
tell me
real
that.
defensive.
We
Who's you
should
to
tell
tell me
me
that?
we put up our...
You
and-
come and you
out
meet
of
me
that-
so-
Yeah, but a lot
If
of
you can't
that
cheat, if you can't, yeah. See
come
that
out of the
attitude?
defensive.
You make me like this.
Because obviously, you in their mind, you could think they're being attacked. It's a strong word. But we all do it. The minute you come at me, I put up my defenses. Oh, the minute you come to me, we put up our defenses.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, the self that we talk about, we have to take responsibility for some of our traumas. That we moving forward with, especially if you want to be fair to your partner and all you really want to go down on the wee road. You have to be able to open up yourself and your traumas too and deal with it as a couple. But many people don't want to deal with it, so they're just covering it up until, of course, it festers and festers, and then you start to get attitude and everything blow up.
That's when the mothers come out.
Yep.
Nah,
Come up.
Right.
Promise. I think
Oh gosh.
Since I'm here, I'm going to support you.
So can you send a constructive voice note towards the topic, please? Right?
Morning, Lisa out in Maryland. She's late, but she's here. Don't worry, you can check us on our YouTube channel later.
This topic kind of hit a nail on the head because, as Nikki was just mentioning, if you can see women growing up seeing men abusing their parents. I grew up seeing my mom getting licks, and I thought that it was the right thing, and I got it for a couple of years as well.
Yeah. And that's the cycle we're talking about, you know, and especially if you want to be a better person and move on, you have to be aware that this has affected me and this is not the way. But you see in her eyes, it was the right way. This is how it's supposed to be.
And the trump is if it wasn't as bad. That's the thing. Listen, that is so real. When you tell yourself, nah man, mine wasn't so bad as my mom or my dad own. I wasn't as bad. But the entire situation is bad, and that's what we don't understand.
Yeah.
That's the things we need to address.
Garth is saying, acknowledging that there's a problem is the first step to solving any problems. And it's just like, you know, being an addict saying, okay, I have a problem. How do I get help? And we all have to kind of...
You have to.
Like, for men, I would tell you this, and this is something that I struggle with too, for real. It comes a time when you're in a relationship, and in the relationship, the person turns and says, listen, I'm good. I'm good. And you're like, what? Because in your mind, same thing Lily was saying, kind of, you have created this comfort in your brain that we nice. It has no problem here. We got to go. How you seeing problem? You mad girl, you're a mad girl. And that's what fellas started to tell themselves, is a mad girl with, because in your brain, everything good. That's because you put on blinders. You created a scenario in your head that this is how it's supposed to be, and you good. And once it didn't have no noise in your head, everything is 100. And women now, on the flip side, will be showing the signs, and you ignore the signs because at the end of the day, you're trying to not be confrontational, you're trying not to. But for men, that is a real slippery slope, because plenty men are suffering that fate right now. Much men was living their life good, and in the pandemic here, all they're hearing is, solely I good enough. And they want to know, but how you mean you good? Because they realize that, bro, you was ignoring a lot of things for a long time.
Yep. And the pandemic kind of make women realize, well, wait, I good? As you say, I good? And what we expect from each other, etc. All right, so let's get some more voice. Oh, no, let's go to news now.
Nah, do the move.
All right.
Hey, guys. Love the topic. The tables was turned on my end back there growing up. My father used to get licks from my mother.
Oh, wow.
So it was, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, you see? You see?
That is something you don't really hear much, eh? You hear what she's saying? Her father used to get licks from her mother.
And that's what she grew up knowing. When women compare their expectations to social media and their friends' lifestyles.
Oh, gosh.
That's a whole different
next
morning.
topic. Oh, gosh. Next morning.
You know what I feel about that? That's a whole different
next morning. That's a whole next morning.
I mean, we have people, everything about their relationships on social media, every single thing.
And then you have to realize too, when you live your life like that, when you meet someone and everything and all aspects of your life is posted, when it get bad, people want to see it too, because you have to keep the same energy.
So you just...
When you and the man was hugging up on the nice and posting picture and the medals
running up and down.
Now you're in pajamas.
Now you and the man done and I can't see that you and he done. Can I watch see that back? I pay for that.
Constructive, but it's Friday. Yeah, I would like to hear all the nice plates for all the Empress and the Ojo, Good music. Art form. Bring it on.
Yes, I want the same energy. I pay my the while getting my money every month. I paying for this.
What have I talked about? I've been going on for years, ages, from caveman days to Jesus and Nazareth sandals days to acid wash jeans to now to visual carnival days. You understand? Men and women always gonna go through that thing, but somewhere in the back of the psyche, it have some of them that feel that all man is dog. But it have the ones, not all of them. But you know, it have a new generation of fellas that up now. That you see our focus a little bit more different. So I don't know if they're able to handle the new kind of fellas now. You know,
Tell me more.
once they come with some left to right thing, we tell you to step to the left, my friend, make way. That's how I can see it. And vice versa for fellas with women and women with fellas. Just my 2 cents. Wrong in coffee now.
All right, bro.
Later.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. You still get a real buffet?
No, that's why I can't take buff now.
So
the minute
Nicole,
Jerry raised his voice at me.
Not at Jerry stage. I'm talking about as a child, like from your mom and
I
things.
was a
grand.
sweet
You sure?
I never.
Nikki, didn't I
get no
just say we coming back in 3 right now? You still have to run outside, girl.
Yeah,
Why you always have to run
Well,
outside?
babe, you call me. We had a little piece of story to talk before I come back home.
God,
I'm
boy.
a story boy. You never
talk
know.
people business, boy.
Well,
Cheese
no,
and
it was
peas,
people
boy.
business.
Eh.
Well, yeah, this morning was people business.
You only talk people business.
Man,
And she's a hypocrite with it. I tell her,
I
there's
do
one thing.
not talk people business.
Nicole, you see, same when I stand up and watch go, hey, girl, oh my God, girl. Oh my, I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. And as soon as you go, I can't take you. You, Nicole, that is you. You just, you just brush back your hair, look nice. You just look nice to tell people, oh my,
Fully
oh my
cameras with
God.
them two ponytail here.
Sis, I'll watch her. I want to let her watch her. Watch it cross. Watch it cross.
Sometimes.
Nice face, you know. Watch her.
Sometimes.
Nice.
The kind words you tell someone or the smile you greet them with is the only piece of love they'll have for the day. So spread the love.
So love and light.
Love and light.
Love and light with you.
Love and light.
Nikki will watch you. Oh my God. Oh, cool. So lovely. Oh, you look so. What you doing? What you using on your skin?
But people will tell you that too.
What
You
you
feel
using on your
like,
skin?
Jaiga, you're so nice. What you do to your skin? You feel it? Look, let me go back to your show before I just start.
Oh, Shal. You know you listen to the breakfast party. Wagwan, daddy.
Is that right?
Bless.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah, boy.
Do not blame COVID. Jaiga, don't blame COVID. Long before COVID, I was getting to know this guy on day 3. Left my phone on my desk in work, went into a meeting for the whole day, come back to 72 missed calls, 42 texts, and a couple of voicemails.
No.
You know, why you not taking my call? I just miss you. I just love you.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Oh,
I
wow.
call him to make sure everything okay. Realize, okay, that's just him. Okay, all right. Block and delete. Them kind of thing will run me fast. That and you see what you're doing. Where you
Where you
even
is?
when you go ring, I even ask me where you're doing.
Where you is?
72 missed calls.
Where you is? No.
Clearly, neighbor. Clearly,
But what you
neighbor.
also-
I know what to say.
What you also, neighbor?
You super
Nah.
califragilistic,
Nah.
expialidocious.
Nah, you have money for you. You have money for you. No.
I'm telling you.
72 missed calls.
Me
boy.
calling no human being
Hey.
72 times. I am very sorry. I cannot do it.
Hey.
72 times, you say, you know.
Now she have money for you. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Neighbor, you win, man.
You're the admin?
You're the admin, neighbor. Tell the truth, you're the admin. You win. You win, the man. You win, the man.
Oh God, I'd say how much to tell Sean how much it is to go airport.
Oh, wow. No, they don't do him. No, my brother. Don't do him that. Don't do him that.
72 missed calls.
That person down in Australia, so they get the message a day after.
Oh, that's what it is. You think real knocking girl?
Have to
Are
be
they tripping
wise.
back?
Wake up here again.
Well, they tripping back.
Jaiga, who are these men you talking about that are in touch with their feelings? Because I still waiting to meet one of them.
Wow. You find your tone alone. You then go meet you with your tone.
I'm still waiting to meet them.
With your tone, they
What these guys you speak about?
With that tone, man, afraid to talk to you. You hear your tone, how aggressive? Come on. A man was being afraid.
Nah, neighbor. Something wrong with that. Sound like the man dippy hand in the hamper, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Wow.
something
He
going
dipped
on there. That real
His
fish.
hand in the hamper.
Lucky dip is lucky dip.
Wow.
It's lucky dip.
I hope you all get your hampers dipped this
2
weekend.
times.
Hey. 72 girls, she's a church girl. She have a little
Yeah. Neighbor, you're that church girl.
I was showing
Hey,
you
man,
a
yeah.
good girl.
Ojo,
Rudy, Nikki, Jaiga,
yeah.
I used to not be a clingy man, eh? But you see right now, I had to buy this time's different. So I just want to know certain things. Ways, make sure, you see, because at the end of the day, if I don't know ways, I don't know how to protect you, you understand what I'm saying? I don't really need to know ball by ball commentary, but I just need to know that everything alright. It's at different times,
Yeah, I know
True,
being
that's not being clingy.
I used to be not clingy, but now I kind of protective, I would say.
Give you wrong,
it's a different time.
This play with man.
Me give you wrong, buddy.
Play with girl now have a response to that. She say, he does say it's not clingy. He being protective. And our face.
Sorry, Jaiga. Yes, the topic was so heated.
Yeah,
I'm very sorry.
Yeah,
The
calm
tone
down.
was very
The
off.
tone was off. Come on. It's the tone.
Let's hear the tone again, ladies, so we don't use it.
No, men, listen.
Jaiga, who are these men you talking about that are in touch with their feelings? Because I still waiting to meet one of them.
Yeah. See that tone?
Yeah.
That's the tone that you
So
do
ladies,
not.
we need to bring it
You
down.
have to
Marlene
take
has
it down.
admitted it was a little high.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Marlene.
Yeah, that's
Never say no, wasn't no dating. He was African. I don't know how Linda does do it.
Linda love
That is a normal thing in Africa. We call our mothers 100 times. We call our sisters 85 times. And we call our wives
72.
At least
Good
72
morning,
times
Ojo.
for the day.
I have a little problem too, I am not trying to separate for a year. Still going up the road, doing everything as if we're in a relationship. In January of this year, I decided, alright, I'm dropping everything and I want to make my family work. Because every day she calling, come home. I go on home. When I go on home now, she let me know, I should have let you know that I coming home because she adjusted. She started to see somebody. So tell me how I supposed to deal with that now.
Indecisive.
My brother?
You know what you want.
Bro, and let me tell you something, you have to also understand too, bro.
You had to put to sit down and just ask her the question straight out, bro. What you want?
Yeah.
Let me know what you want. I want my family.
Yeah.
You tell me what you want.
But there's also something that happens with women as well.
She said what she wanted.
She said she adjusted.
She adjusted. She seen
Right.
somebody else. And you have to understand women too. No,
She
women have
something
a switch.
else too.
Women have a switch, right? That a lot of men
See that
struggle with.
switch? You see that switch?
You see that switch, bro? A woman
What
will
switches that you talk? We have plenty switches. Which
the-
one you
the
talking
turn
about?
off switch.
Yeah, you see when a woman give you, and one morning she wake up and she take that switch.
and it's exactly what Nikki's saying is exactly what happens.
It don't just happen 1 minute. So
They will be, listen, we talking about today, you will be, all you could spend the best day all you have spent in months. I'm talking about in the past 11 months. This one day, you will wake up together, do things, and then bam, she go and sleep. And the next morning,
this ain't making sense.
you hear this is not working. And you're like, well, what
What was that flip?
But
That's his
yesterday
switch.
we was real good. You see that?
But
Not
a
all
woman-
men
let me tell-
understand that
Yeah.
switch.
Woman will give, and then some men know it. They know that they have a certain girl. She will always forgive. She will always give. He could check her and see her for 2 months. Come back, she there give. And then she wake up on Tuesday morning.
That's turn that
and say
switch,
that is
bro.
it. You can't get nothing.
So my
out of
advice,
that.
all youth men living in love and light, try and go by modern electrical and get yourself a switch.
Yeah, but Jaiga now she trying to keep me close and still have the man and tell him I give she some time, everything will work out. So I supposed to sit down and wait until she please herself?
Bro, I understand what you're going through, but you have to have that hard conversation with her, my friend.
You said they have kids? They
Yeah.
have kids, right?
Yeah.
They have
Focus on each other, man.
that's it.
Yeah, focus on each
Focus
other
on
right
each other.
now, bro.
Focus on each
Take
other.
that energy you have, my
And
brother,
focus
right
on the
now.
kids.
Yeah.
While she adjusting.
No, she adjusted already. Not
Adjusted?
adjusting, she adjusted.
Well, she are trying to adjust back. Try to
Let's
see if
focus on
she...
your churn, bro.
Focus on your kids, buddy.
That is not a switch. That just them being damn bipolar.
Nah, you can't say that, bro. It's really a switch. It's really a switch. So my advice is to go modern electrical right into Napuna and get yourself one. I buy a couple
Ladies,
switch.
let's be real.
Telling you.
We have 2 sets of hormones. Men have 1. They can't even understand the one that they have. You think they go understand us with our 2? Come on.
See, this is where we speak about the talking down.
Talking down
They
again.
always choose to go that road. Why always choose to go that road?
Michelle talked
Brothers
earlier
talking
about
down.
going high, but women just don't listen.
You know,
Come
always-
on, Michelle spoke
always
about
go
going
low.
high. Or they always want to go lower than low. Come
You
on.
have a copy of the
It's
book?
what we call a just in case, man. You fall back. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
Bless.
Yeah.
Bless.
Let's say you call it and tell him, man, it's a just in case, man. All right.
Bro, nah, she taking it for papi, sure, brethren.
yeah.
Focus on them churn. Don't bother with she.
She finding
Forget that.
herself.
Forget that.
No,
What?
but listen, but we don't know the
What you said?
extent. We don't know the extent of the situation.
Exactly,
He did not. Also, he remember he gave his side.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was away from them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Understand this? He say, and in the time away,
They were separated.
and they were calling back and going back and forth to come home. In that time there, he's leading us to believe that
Yeah.
it was constant communication.
Communication.
We don't know that maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't. Maybe it had a few conversations in between there. I would like to come back home, and in the time apart and the time when there was no conversation, she found solace and comfort somewhere else. And it don't even have to be non-sexual.
yeah,
No, she just found somebody who was there, a
Cuddling.
shoulder to lead on.
cuddler.
Morning,
You understand?
Jaiga.
Nothing happened, Rodell.
I feel a man with a woman who says she adjusted. I wish she probably had a man about 6 months now.
How you read?
Daddy.
How you know?
Daddy.
They're there
Come
for
on.
6 months.
Oh, we don't know
Oh, they're
that.
Trinity
We
words.
don't know that. We don't know that. They don't do that now. We don't know.
Women don't make adjustments in a week.
Singing Francine said it best.
What?
Dog does run away, cat does run away, even cow does run away when you just treat them bad. So if dog could run away and cow could run away, we're partner way wrong with you. You should run away too.
Okay, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay,
Don't
thank
run
you.
in.
That's
Thank you for
our
that.
uncle Uchu.
Final Friday of the month with the breakfast party. Hey, no feelings today. Please, no feelings. Ojo.
Yeah, women
Cut
don't,
there.
women don't make the adjustment in a week, you know.
Exactly.
It have to be going on for a period of time. She had children. The man probably around a little while.
Not physically though. Women operate in
Oh,
a different mind space, Daddy. The
could-
man could have been around
be
in her mind and
spiritually
talking
deep.
about it, but
Oh.
when women welcome somebody new into the life, bro, is
Yeah.
when they done.
Correct.
Well,
Telling you.
this is definitely one to break up with, to run. How about how she name go in your phone and go as fast deleting numbers out your phone? That is love,
Hey,
Nikki.
mad
No,
girl,
no,
like what
no,
else?
no, that's
Don't use that word, brother. We don't use that word.
Yeah.
Guys, answer me this. Why sit men, when you tell them you're not looking for nothing, you just, rather be friends, why they can't take that? Why they have to be so persistent that they want to be with you? And you tell them already from upfront, you're not looking for nobody.
I will let me answer that. That is because somewhere in that, before you said you're not looking for somebody, you promised. You created a scenario of promise. And understand this, men hold on to promise for their life.
Wow.
Women have this way of subliminally planting a seed in a man's mind into believing that, you see you? You see that nod is give you, and I will check that smile a little.
Yeah.
You see you?
You see it?
Something about you.
Yes, I
So now you tell yourself something about me?
Me?
Little on me?
Yeah.
Something about you. And I love what we have. You see, when you start to hear them things, I love what we have. I love the times we share. Men take that to mean, die my girl.
Wow.
Die my girl. When you tell a man, I love what we have. I love what we share. You are telling me subliminally, use my girl. So then you come back and
Everybody have their opinion about the woman based on 2 calls, 2 voice messages,
voice
man.
messages.
Calling and say, well, you know the whole story, The women don't just jump and get another man like that. It doesn't happen so fast. Women don't operate so fast. Men just do it, and a man could attach and detach to a woman and go back to his wife that without any strings attached or feelings on it. But women don't operate so. So for that woman to get her next man, it had to be way more than what this guy telling us. All right, so Cuddy want some slack.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah,
that's
that's
exactly
what
what I
I'm
said.
telling to focus on
The only time it feels weird for a man, but again, it's because we are not attentive to certain things. You see, when men told feelings is that you was in a relationship with somebody, and you and the person done today, and 3 weeks after you see them happily, blissfully with somebody else. And we say, no, you know for a fact the person was there. It's not that they never disrespected you in the relationship, it's just that they were building something and getting comforted somewhere else when you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do. And that's the fact. So when you see them move on and doing what they're doing and being happy, they didn't disrespect, but we just take it now to mean that it was a disrespect and thing, and they do this and he was doing it all the time. They wasn't really doing that all the time. You wasn't doing something.
Jason.
Men are just normalize taking the L, bro.
Hey,
just sometimes just admit that you miss.
I have a wife, I have a child. And when something happen, I the first suspect. So I want to know where you day, where you pee, where you sleep, where you went, what you are doing at all times. Are worse than salt. I want to know everything. I day where everything day. At the end of the day, it's my family and my responsibility. Who have a problem, that's their problem.
All right, bro. Cool.
Because you're not looking for somebody either. We just looking to why women like to act like it.
Go on.
I do not agree with that woman 100% because I've seen scenarios where women detached and got a new man in the space of a heartbeat.
Yeah, but
somebody now.
The man was probably looking all the time.
Partner, you wasn't the one, all right? You just wasn't the one. She probably realized it.
It's like the new meme that's going around right now. Sometimes it could be the full package, you know, you just buy the wrong address.
But you buy Amazon?
No, facts. You could be the right package. You ever meet the right woman. You carry all the qualities of a beautiful woman, but you're just in the wrong doorstep. That happens. And people need to understand that as well. You could have everything. You could be a beautiful human being.
Yeah, but you know.
But the house you gone by, buddy, is the wrong house. And that's just what it is. And many people don't understand that.
She went to the adjustment bureau. That's how she adjusted so fast.
Guys, again, something say that is very truthful. We don't know the woman's side of the story. We heard what he said, but let us put common sense into play here.
No, Jaiga, I didn't promise anything. You see me, I talking, I laughing, we having a good time. And then all of a sudden, and they ask you, so you have anybody? No, I'm not, but I'm not looking for anybody. So I ain't promise you nothing.
Yes,
you just
had a good time.
You started to talk and okay, fine, probably exchanging numbers. But you take it upon yourself that I want to be with you.
Yeah, you give me a number and we having a good time, so what happened? Sir, we having a good time and you give me a number?
That's 2 green flags.
That's 2 green. You don't start to tell me,
Nikki, I meet this chick. Chill with she for about 4 or 5 weeks. Didn't tell shower anything. Go on in the hotel, jam. Go on and take a shower. The girl going through my phone and calling every number. That is total loco.
In the hotel?
In the hotel. While you waited?
You want to meet them, boy?
You were soaking in the... How you there so long?
So all went double palm, right? And then you
while you waiting in the palm.
She lying on the bed going through your food.
And calling people too. Hey, you know Marlon? Yeah. Well, I'm his new girl now. Please don't call back his phone again. I'm Martin.
Morning to Trisha, Darcel, Rachel, Chanel, and Keisha from Cartel.
Wow. She had 58 minutes to herself.
Javi from London.
Yo, Elmo, me like how you know the times together. Elmo started go, she had 58 minutes.
She had hours, so the jam, and then she had the rest of the 58 minutes and she self-fed.
Hey, Elmo said she had 58 minutes to go to the phone. That's
but I know. How you made so long, the soap on them don't be so big.
I go. Tell the next one, how you know the soap and big?
Well, you know double palm open on page? Right now, everybody knows what's going on in double palm.
So how you know the soap and big?
And them complaining about the soap.
And the bed, don't forget the bed. And the bed. And the bed. Hey, I gone.
I don't know.
I gone.
Okay, guys.
The soap is not that big, sick.
They complain about the soap, boy.